I'm making one dessert from every country, and today for Somalia, I decided to make Timir Cake, otherwise known as date cake, which is a Somali dessert that actually isn't very well known, but still very delicious and can be found on the menus in many Somali restaurants. Somalia has a wide range of desserts from cookies to cakes, and since majority of Somalians are Muslim, many of the desserts eaten there are similar to other desserts eaten in other Islamic countries. The process of making this cake is actually very simple. It's made by softening up dates in milk or even water and then mashing them up and then adding them into a spice cake mix. Some recipes that I found also use date syrup, but I thought that adding chunks of date would work really well with this cake, and I was totally right. And traditionally this is spiced just with cinnamon, but I also add in cloves and cardamom for some extra flavor, and I would definitely recommend that. And this is often topped with caramel, which I made, and honestly this was so delicious. Honestly, one of my favorite cakes I've ever made. So I would highly recommend it, and comment down below on which country I should do next for my series. Let me show you what I made for lunch today. So I decided to make pita, ayvar, and chapati. Also, just in advance, please do not grill me for my pita. My water was honestly too warm, which kind of killed my yeast, so my pita dough actually never rose, and because of that, it wasn't as soft or as thick as I would have liked, but you know what? It was still delicious at the end of the day nonetheless. And along with my pita, I also made ayvar, which is a super popular condiment in the Balkans. I've used it in many recipes on my channel before. It's honestly really easy to make. It's made with roasted red pepper and eggplant, and then what I do is I blended everything in a food processor with some olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic. It's honestly one of my favorite things to eat. And as for the chapati, I typically make them, but I decided to buy them from the store today. The brand that I used that I showed you here was super tasty. I would highly recommend it if you live in the GTA. And honestly, I just kind of ate it all together with some like sliced onions. This is one of my favorite things to make. It was so good.